What's going on, family? Welcome back to another episode, another day of our 31 days of wisdom as we go and journey through the book of Proverbs throughout these 31 days. Hey, it's been fun. It's been interesting. It has been such a learning experience. I was actually just looking back at my notes here in my notebook. And it's going to be awesome to just kind of go back, flip back through all these days and see some of the things that I've learned and some of the things that I've been able to apply. And I hope that you've been able to apply some of these things too. The beauty of the book of Proverbs is that it is just common sense, practical wisdom that we could apply to our everyday lives. Really, we read and apply. We read and apply. There's no need for any deep theology. It's just wisdom to live a life that is pleasing. So hopefully it's been a joy for you, just as it's been to me. It's been a blessing. Hey, and if it's your first time, I would love if you went and subscribed to become a part of this community. Hey, I would love to be a resource to you, and I would love for you to also be a resource to me as we do this thing together. Because my heart and my desire is that we would fall in love with the Word of God, and we would come to and go to the Word of God as our first way of living life, right? Not secondary, not third, but are the first thing that we seek wisdom in the Word of God. So click that subscribe button. And if you are 19 days in, 19 days strong, hey, once again, I celebrate you, I honor you, and I thank you for tuning in. So, day 19, Proverbs 19, chapter 19, and today we are in verse number 2. And that verse says, "Desire without knowledge is not good, and whoever makes haste with his feet misses his way." Have you ever wanted something so badly that it just didn't matter what people said? You know, maybe it was a product that you were looking at and that you wanted so badly, and it just didn't matter what the reviews said, and you just went ahead and made that purchase anyways. Or maybe you made a business decision despite not knowing all of the facts, despite not knowing all of what you needed to know, and you still went ahead and made that business decision. And you came across the consequences of making that decision. Hey, this is what Proverbs 19 verse 2 is talking about. It says that desire without knowledge. So the desire to do something, the ambition to do something without good, sufficient knowledge of what that thing could potentially end up being is not good. And whoever makes haste, that person who is quick to go after that thing and do that thing without the prior knowledge, misses his feet and his way. You see, I've said this before that we don't lack ideas. We don't lack, ambition. We don't lack desire, right? I believe that we live in such a generation that we are so creative. We're such a creative generation that we don't lack any of that. We don't lack creativity, inspiration, and any of that sort. But what we do lack, though, is sometimes we lack the knowledge and the know-how of what to do with that desire and what to do with that knowledge and what to do with that ambition. And so Proverbs 19 is advising against that. We also live in a generation really where it's so easy to come up with an idea, and we want that idea to take off so quick, right? We want everybody to see this new thing that we've come up with, or this new idea, this new business that we've just launched, this new podcast, whatever it is. We just want people to be a part of it, or we just want people to know, hey, this is the next big thing that I'm doing. And sometimes that becomes so detrimental to us and our growth, because we rarely have an opportunity to really incubate our ideas and to really form our ideas and seek wise counsel so that that idea can take off really and be successful. But rather we end up carrying the burden of having these ideas because we are so quick and we just want to show off to the world that we have this new idea. And so we're quick, we make haste, right? And then the proverb says that the person who does that misses his way. And what it's talking about here is that wisdom and truth are always given this imagery of a path, right? When we have wisdom and when we have truth, we are on the right path. And so when we don't seek out the knowledge, when we don't seek out wise counsel, we often miss our way on the path. We often go off the path, and it often leads us to our destruction. And so that's what that is saying there. So really, Solomon here, he insists that ambition without diligence or knowledge really puts a person at risk. It puts us at risk of failure. It puts us at risk of frustration, and it just puts us at risk of essentially burning ourselves out before we even get started. And so without weighing the facts of the matter, it can lead us to rush into a situation only to discover the consequences of that situation. And there are other many proverbs and scriptures in the Bible that warn us against that, right? One is Proverbs 14, verse 12, and it says, "There is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way of death," right? There is a way that seems right to a man. In our limited thinking, or maybe even just for a simple moment of not seeking wise counsel, our ways might seem like it's the best thing. This idea that we have, this thing that we want, it might seem in the moment that it's really the best thing that could ever happen to us. And so that's what it's talking about, that there is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way of death. And then again, we see that in Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 and 6, where it tells us to trust in the Lord and do not lean on our own understanding. In all our ways, acknowledge him, and he will make straight our paths. So we know that the Lord weighs the heart, he weighs the spirit, he weighs the mind. So he knows the desires that we have, he knows the things that we want, but we are still advised to seek counsel and to bring the things that we have, the ambitions, to the Lord. That a couple days ago, we read the proverb that says, "Commit your work to the Lord and your paths will be established." And so we ought to be wise people who do that. We want to commit our ways and our works to the Lord so that he can make straight our paths. And again, in Proverbs 3, verse 7, it says, "Be not wise in your own eyes, fear the Lord." So be not wise in our own eyes. Yes, we have desires. Yes, we have ambitions. Yes, we have goals, but we need to heed the advice of Proverbs 3 that we should not be wise in our own eyes to thinking that we know the way. You see, God is sovereign. He is an all-seeing God. He is an all-knowing God. And so I think that we should rest assured in knowing that his plans for us are never to lead us to destruction, right? It's never to lead us to destruction. It's never to cause us to fail, right? But he is a father who loves us and he cares for his children. And so he wants to set us up on the right path. And so we have desires. We can have godly desires, and that is okay. But desires without knowledge is not good. Straight up, it tells us that it's not good. So we need to seek wise counsel. We need to seek the Lord in our desires. And really, I think what I want to say is let's be slow to, try to show the world this is the next best thing that we got. This is this new idea that we got. But really, let's go before the Lord. Let's seek his counsel. Let's seek his will and see how that aligns with what he wants us to do. And then, and I believe that when we do that, the Lord will speak and he will bless what it is that he has given us. And so, I know it's hard in this social media virality generation that we're living in, but I think we ought to be better off if we brought our desires to the Lord, seek the Lord, and be not wise in our own eyes. So there it is, Proverbs chapter 19, verse 2. Desire without knowledge is not good, and whoever makes haste with his feet misses his way. So fam, hopefully that was a blessing to you. Hopefully you're able to learn something and you can apply this verse to your life or whatever season that you're in. Thank you for joining me for day number 19. And I will see you guys here for day number 20 on our 31 days of wisdom. God bless you.